Do you want to build a great website? Of course you do. But in order to have a great website, you also need to have a great website building software. Now there are hundreds of different website building softwares out there on the market today. And I am sure that you have probably seen at least a few of them in your time spent on the internet. Maybe you have seen an ad for GoDaddy on Danica Patric's race car, or one of those old Weebly TV commercials. But there are so many website builders out there. How will you ever choose one? And more importantly, which one is even right for you? After all, you don't want to have to spend hundreds of hours learning HTML or CSS just to open a simple blog, e-commerce store, or company site, or literally any other type of website. Well, here's some good news for you, because we have done the research and the building so that you don't have to. You see, I have been building websites for the past 7+ years. And there are two website builders that have absolutely stood out leagues above the rest. Those web builders are Wix and WordPress. I know, I should have found some that were more original. After all, I did choose the two most well-known and heavily used builders in existence. But there's a reason for that. They just plain destroy the competition. In this article, I'm going to be comparing them so that you can decide which one is better for you. And help you to get your website built ASAP. Now to start, we have 4 basic categories rated 1 to 5 out of 5 stars that should help you decide which one is right for you. These categories are 1. Cost. 2. Ease of use. 3. Versatility. 4. Support. Cost. Wix 3/5 $12 plus. There is a free Wix plan which you can use when you first publish your website, but if you want to really build a good website, i.e. you want to use your own domain and increase your SEO rankings, then the cheapest Wix website pricing begins at $12. That is not a bad price by any means, and will cover the basic needs of most amateur website designers as it includes Wix domain cost. Wix website pricing is okay. If you need a bump up in capability, more advanced Wix plans cost between $17 and $39 per month. Again, this is not a bad price, especially when you consider that it includes everything needed for your site such as hosting and even a domain if you choose the yearly option. Wix domain cost. However, compared to WordPress, which can be as cheap as $2.95 or even less a month if you choose the correct hosting service, it is somewhat more pricey. This is in large part due to the combined services, great customer support, and ease of use, which I will explain later, and when considering all of those things, it is still one of the best buys on the market. It is not, however, anywhere near as cheap as WordPress. Wix domain price is good. Wix domain cost also starts at about $10, whereas Bluehost offers a free domain when you purchase their software. WordPress 5/5 $2.95 plus, Wix domain price is great. If you are on a tight budget, then look no further. With the correct hosting plan, WordPress can be the cheapest premium website builder on the market. That is because you have the option of using it in conjunction with a separate hosting service. Once you have entered your Wix login, while this can be a massive pain to set up, once you do have it set up, WordPress becomes pretty much limitless as a web design software, allowing you to do pretty much anything with it. Wix or WordPress is a great question. I personally recommend using Bluehost as your hosting software if you decide to build your website using WordPress. This is because Bluehost comes with WordPress pre-installed, meaning that once you get your Bluehost account, you can literally install WordPress and get building right away directly on the Bluehost website. Lots of people have a hard time choosing between Wix or WordPress. Bluehost is also the cheapest host, $3.95 if you use this link, and offers the widest variety of services I have ever seen on a hosting website at no additional price. Enter your Wix login. It even offers free domains for the first year. If I could give more than 5 stars, I would have on this one, because price-wise, it blows all the competition out of the water. Thoughts on price? Both of these programs are priced to be extremely competitive. WordPress wins, however, because it literally has the ability to be the cheapest website builder online. Ease of use. Wix 5/5 very easy. As with the price of WordPress, if I could give out more than 5 stars, I would for Wix's ease of use. There are quite simply no Wix alternatives when it comes to ease of use. And as a seasoned Wix website developer, I love being able to get my sites up quickly when I choose to use this platform. I am not exaggerating when I say that it took me under 20 minutes to build my first website on Wix. Very few Wix alternatives. No matter your skill level, you will be able to easily build your first website with Wix in under an hour. Literally, all you have to do is drag and drop whatever pictures, text, and other features to where you want them on your website, and boom, polish up the visuals, and you are done. Wix website developer is a hard job. WordPress 3/5. WordPress is nowhere near the hardest website builder to learn as a beginner, but it is also definitely no Wix when it comes to its initial learning curve. While Wix uses drag and drop features to help you build your website, WordPress has the ability to use a multitude of different techniques to build your website. Many people choose to use actual coding, which allows them to customize pretty much everything about their websites. While this is an option that can come in handy if you are an intermediate to high-level website builder, there are also two other ways to build content on WordPress. Firstly, you can choose to use the WordPress default editor, which is basically a much more complicated version of the Wix editor. If you are using this method, you have the option to customize more so than you do on Wix. It takes much more time, however, as everything must be updated and changed individually, and this can become somewhat cumbersome and time-limiting, especially when you are a beginner. The third method, and the one that I recommend if you are a beginner wanting to get into using Wix, involves downloading an app called the Beaver Builder plugin. You can download this by simply going to Plugins, searching for Beaver Builder plugin, and installing it. Beaver Builder allows you to choose from one of their custom themes, and basically turns your WordPress editor into a slightly more complicated form of Wix. I highly recommend this for people who want to build a site quickly, but then want to be able to change and customize it to their exact specifications at a later date. Thoughts on ease of use? Wix is the definite winner here. WordPress is not hard to learn, but it does have somewhat of a curve as compared to Wix, which, as I said, can literally get you up and running in under an hour on your first try. Versatility. Wix 3.55. While it is extremely easy to use, and is still one of the more versatile website builders online, Wix still does have some shortcomings when it comes to ambidexterity. Wix does experience some shortcomings. The first of these traits also happens to be one of its best, and that is its ease of use. While Wix is extremely easy to use, the fact that it combines every major aspect of website creation into one platform also hurts the program because it does not allow you to choose any alternatives. Basically, once you decide to use Wix, there is zero maneuverability when it comes to changing hosts, or moving to a different platform. This is not necessarily the worst thing ever, simply due to the fact that you are unlikely to want to switch to another platform, but if at some point you do decide to take that course, you will be stuck transferring everything manually, and you will not retain any SEO website rankings. Many people also choose WordPress over Wix because WordPress allows you more creativity than Wix does in your website design. There are simply some things that Wix does not allow you to do that WordPress does. For the average person, however, and most professionals, this is not really an issue, as the majority of people do not need or want more functions than are present within Wix. Wix also used to be far inferior to WordPress as far as SEO and integrations with Google are concerned. However, in the last few years, Wix seems to have fixed most if not all of their SEO difficulties, and they rank as well as just about any other platform in search engines, meaning that there is no need to worry whatsoever about not ranking because of using Wix. There are various Wix website examples that now own search engine rankings, even including this site. There are a ton of great Wix website examples. WordPress 4.85. While there are doubtlessly more versatile platforms on the web than WordPress, none combine such relative ease of use to go along with WordPress's extreme versatility. There is little, if anything, that you cannot do once you have learned how to properly use WordPress. WordPress also allows you to change your host, and even to transfer your site to different website creators if you so choose. This is not exactly an easy process, but it can be done if you so choose. Versatility is certainly the strongest point WordPress has to offer, and there are few creators that can compete with it in this niche. WordPress lets you customize your site in just about any way imaginable. You can add anything using either HTML, or the variety of different features offered in WordPress suite of applications and plugins. Thoughts on versatility? WordPress is the clear winner here, as it goes unrivaled in its capabilities as well as the ability to change hosts and switch between builders. However, for the majority of people, and beginners in particular, most of these features aren't necessary, meaning that while WordPress does have a large advantage here, its increased versatility will only be important for a small portion of the population. It is also worth noting that about 70%, depending on your source, of websites are built using WordPress. There are quite a few sites made with WordPress support. Wix 5/5. This is one of the places where combining hosting with your website builder is a massive advantage. When you have issues on sites like WordPress, you often find that you have to contact multiple different companies to get your problems resolved. This is simply not the case with Wix because everything is combined under one roof. Even better, the programs within Wix are so well programmed to fit together that you will probably never even find yourself having to use support. I have personally been using Wix for over 5 years, and I have not needed to contact support a single time. However, I have heard from those that do that Wix support is exemplary, and nearly all problems were solved within 20 minutes. Quite frankly, there is almost no comparing any other site builder versus Wix when it comes to support. WordPress 3.55. The WordPress support itself is pretty good. With that being said, however, getting anything fixed on your WordPress website can be both time-consuming and irritating simply because you can never tell whether a problem is coming from WordPress itself or whatever host you have connected to your account. Sometimes, the plugins that you install on your site can even cause problems. Assuming that you use Bluehost to host your website, their support is quite good. Very few site builder versus Wix. Therefore, while I cannot give you an exact score when it comes to support because I do not know the particulars of your account, if we assume that you are using Bluehost, I will give it a score of 3.5 simply due to the struggle of having to deal with at least 2 different companies over half the time. Overall, Wix 14.5/20. WordPress 16.3/20. Final thoughts. While WordPress technically won our comparison with a score of 16.3 out of 20, these website creators are much closer than the relatively close scores indicated above might suggest. The really important thing is that no matter which site builder you choose, you will end up with a great result. And at the end of the day, it is really up to personal preference which one you want to build your website with. If you want ease of use and great support, you should choose Wix. And if you want an unbeatable price and great flexibility, WordPress will likely be a better option for you. Whichever site you choose to use, I have prepared some great deals for you that can be accessed here.